Hello and welcome back to the channel for the battle of today. It's a small bat rap because the aim today is to play with my new Austrian put finally on the table. I've not finished yet to get all the models, but I have enough to put up some small game, and my infantry, which was painted by a good boy, which paint almost all my infantry and is working on my last model that I sent you recently. I put his contact in the description below if anyone is interested. He is a printer too, professional. He has a small firm for printing miniature, so if you are interested, have a look. The battle here today is pursuit, is an scenario where the French pursuing the defeated Austrian, and the Austrian must held at bay the main thrust of the forward here, mopping up. Here we have one brigade of cavalry, light cavalry, 3 units, 2 chasseurs and 1 hussars, 1 dragoon with no upgrade, and the general is close to them. And the first turn from that road down there will enter a single infantry brigade, 1 leger battalion, 3 line battalion, their officer, no artillery, no voltigeur, nothing else, just this. Their aim, the order is to take this bridge here, which allow them to continue the pursuit of the Austrian. And this is the rear guard left by the Austrian general to stop this strike, and we have a unit of cuirassiers, miniatures, and then 2 line battalion of infantry, 1 4-pounder artillery, 6 detachment of 6 Jaeger, and a unit of grenadier attached at the purpose to defend the bridge at all costs. The mission is last for 1 hour and a half, so it's not many time for the French, but the miniatures are in small number, so we'll see, just to roll some dice. And I'm very happy and very excited to play with my new army. And this battle I will fought into the northern Italy, a secondary front during the battle of for Europe. And that's it. Now moving into the first turn, and I'm back for a quick recap at the end of it. So the French will be led by the Hey. I played Austrians, and as well I rolled for it, and I won the toss to take the Austrian. They decided for a left flank attack, so the center and the left will push forward, the right will hold the enemy at bay. At the moment only from my left is on the field, so we'll see. They are in advantage, so +1 is a 5, 5 is a charge, so they will try to get the enemy as close as possible. And moving into the turn and back at the end for a quick recap, as I said. No card because they drew the 2, so they have to reshuffle the 2 into the deck. No card for the French this turn. They, according to the EA, move forward as fast as possible to engage the enemy. They are outside at 18 inches, so they cannot charge, but they are dangerously close to the enemy line, and they move at the double along the road, remaining in attack column, and stay 18 inches from the artillery and the enemy. And that's it for the first French turn. Now it's Austrian. They will try to hold the enemy at bay as long as possible. First fire phase of the Austrian is over. The artillery start very well, putting 2 casualties into this chasseur on cheval. The Jaeger shot with the skirmisher. They want to move but fail to hit anything, and I've just moved the 2 line battalion because they take the mass formation and they will move into the houses, and that's it for the fire turn, and the activation will see the cavalry charge into this unit of chasseurs on cheval. Activation phase end with the Jäger, which occupy this house here, and the cuirassier will crush the chasseur on cheval, taking 2 casualties in return. Let's put an end to the Austrian turn. I need to roll a fortitude test for the cavalry brigade. It is a 4+ because they are more than 50%, and 2+ because they are 12 inches closer to the general. So it's passed, no defeat to the French, and moving into its second turn. On a French second turn, the card is a 7. No artillery, no much more fire this turn. They stay here, and we'll see 4 again is a charge. So continue the press into the enemy of the French. Moving into the fire and then into the activation turn. Super easy and quick fire turn. The hussars shot some pistols into the cuirassier, failing to hit anything. Everything else is outside the range, and the chasseur want to charge according to the EA. So moving into the activation phase. So the dragoons charge straight forward into the cuirassier with the support of the hussars, and according to the IA, I'm not sure of the move, but I follow what they say. It's charged the artillery, while the infantry brigadiers move forward. The light battalion, the Leger, has taken their open formation, and the column down there is moved forward, just ready to take their attack order for the next turn. Now moving into this 2 fight and back at the end of it to see the outcome. The outcome is that the cuirassier failed both their valor test, and this is bad because I have the hate. Just 1 will pass, but it is what it is. And the artillery just put 1 casualty and shaken both the cavalry unit, but is destroyed. And that's it. Now 2 fortitude tests for the Austrian on still on a 4+. 1 pass, 1 fail. They activate regardless the defeat, so you take 1 defeat. This game will end in a victory for one side or the other side. Defeat is not a matter of the victory condition, and because the Austrian is quite a bit overwhelmed by the enemy, they have this little bit help. So that's it. Now moving into the Austrian turn 2. Fire from the Austrians completely missed their target. They do not shot. They do not shot. They want to charge. They miss the target here. They completely miss the dragoon here. And now proceeding into the activation for the Austrian. We activate on a 2+. I say on a 2+. Yes, they activate, and moving into the mass here, troop mass charge into the shaken chasseur on cheval, while the rest of the army stay where it is. Now proceeding to resolve this melee here and its outcome. Chasseurs are routed by the large formation of Austrian riflemen that charge straight forward into them, taking just casualty in return. And now it's a fortitude test for the cavalry on a 3+ again, 4+ because it's not under the 50%, and +1 for the general. So on a 3+, it's easily passed. So again, nothing happened. Moving into the French turn. Now on the left, the attack has diminished the power, so they have no +1. Just see what has happened. The card is attack on outrance, and the dice said 1 probe, so moving prefer fire over melee, and in the center a 4 is an engage, so the infantry down there take the center and engage, while the cavalry wait up a moment to push the attack on. I made all the tour because nothing serious happened. The skirmisher of the Leger put 2 casualties into this unit here, and then all the brigade of infantry has taken their movement. The 3-line battalion maneuvered to take the mixed order, and the cavalry successfully activated. The dragoon moved back to try to rest, and the hussars continued to menace the defenders of the bridge, and that's it for the French turn. Now moving directly into the Austrian territory. The Jäger this time successfully hit twice. The hussars have taken 2 casualties, while the skirmisher of the 1st line battalion here failed to hit the Leger in the center. And now moving into the activation for the Austrian. Colonel Schwarzkopf, the leader of this detachment of Austrian, decided to be aggressive and push his mass formation into the Leger in front, because sustained French fire will not be an option, while this battalion is moved to offer support, and the grenadier in column of attack has taken the defense of the bridge. And that's it for the moment. I'm moving into this melee down here. The Austrian play all-out assault to gain 1 melee die extra. Very bad roll, because despite the 7 dice just to hit against 1 for the French, it was a good opportunity to break at least the Leger, but they hold, taking just 2 casualties, and in response their single hit is enough to shaken this battalion, which is engaged. But now the French can easily overcome the Austrian defense. We'll see. Now moving into the French turn, and the French desperately play the disorder card for the French turn, so no free activation. French turn, see the center is in advantage, so +1, the left is not in advantage, so the left probe again, stay where they are, and in the center they will 2 + 1, 3 probe. They will prefer fire over maneuver charge unless they can easily win the melee, and this is the case because the Austrian is in clear difficulty against a fresh column of attack supported by the entire brigade. See the card is an all-out assault plus the through the attack of a trance, so quite easily it will be a good melee for the French, but we'll see. Now moving into the shooting. Really poor fire in this first stage of the game. Just the carbine from the hussars which failed to hit, and then moving into the activation phase. So the artillery need a 2+, and they activate. The outcome was pretty easily predictable. The mass, the formation and mass were routed by the charge of the French, which roll 7 dice and hit on a 3, rolling 1. They take 2 casualties, but they hit 6 times and they are gone. And that's it for the French turn. The cavalry successfully activate. The dragoon tried to recover, rally for the shaken, but they fail. And now moving into the Austrian turn. Austrian turn, see a 2, so I have to reshuffle this one, and I'm moving into the fire. An effective fire phase, as poor as it is, but effective. The Jäger and the support from the mass here put 3 casualty into the hussar with shaken, take a test and pass it, while the skirmisher from the grenadier put one casualty into the column of attack, but that's it for the fire. If they're gone, could be a game changing for the Austrian, but they stay. So the line have to decide if you want to take this formation or change and move into line, risking the charge of a shaken hussars. We'll see that decide in a moment. There's nothing that I have to decide. They have shoot without not the skirmisher, but with their normal fire, so they cannot change formation. So that's it. No movement for the Austrian and moving straight forward into the French turn. And the French see that their center is stronger than their flank. So on the left, where they have to push the attack, they charge if they can. On the center, again engage if they can. And the card today is 9, surprise attack. Could be a good one in this moment for the attack of the French. And now moving into its fire and then into the attack. Skirmisher fire from the two line, put one casualty into the Austrian en masse. No other shooting because they want to move and probably charge. So that's it for the fire, and moving into the activation. The infantry will activate for 3 and cavalry will roll to activate. The Leger, which is should with their skirmisher move forward to offer brigade support. With the surprise attack they will charge the flank. They are a mass and cannot be outflanked, but they put another battalion into the melee, so more dice against the Austrian, and according to the card, the hussars charge the skirmisher inside the house with the support of the dragoon. The French will try to maximize their offensive. So after just half an hour of game, the Austrians are really in danger. But we'll see. Nothing is said until the dice stop to roll. So moving into the rolling dice and see the outcome. And as I say, that the outcome is this. They are shaken and have to take one valor test, but I have the number 8, the auto pass in case of failure. They also in return shake one of the column of attack. But here is not completely surprised, but the Jaeger inflict 3 wounds on the hussars, which failed to do anything. Probably as a player I do not make this move, but I strictly followed the card, and so this is an hazardous move, but I wish to take. So we'll see. Now the Austrians need to take the valor test. They fail but pass with the card. The French need to take the fortitude test for the unit which are destroyed and fail it. Now I have to see if they are within 6 from an enemy. No, they are not within 6 from an enemy, so I take the valor test, my rule that I use. If they pass, they stay, otherwise they are destroyed. They stay, so they never hold, and the dragoon remain on the field. So this is the situation at the end of the French turn. Now moving into the Austrian turn. Probably useless that I split the video between fire and activation, because just one shot from them into the dragoon, which passed their morale because they are 8. And now into the activation, they activate on a 2+. Oh, this is crazy, because they desperately need to activate 2 units. I want to retreat this one and put the grenadier into the melee, but I have no choice that to throw away the 3 for the next turn and let the grenadier charge the French brigade. But I cannot, I realize that I cannot, I need to put at least 3 model in contact, so this is not a valid option. They could charge the Leger down there, but it's a very risky one. They open their flank to this unit here. No, I cannot take the risk. So they need to fight and try to hold at best as they can, hold alone. This could cost the Austrian the battle, but we'll see. Maybe the dice will forgiveness for them. All the dice are not hit twice, while the French hit 3 times. Now all of them are shaken, but Austrian need to take 3 valor tests. It's hard. They will try to stay, but they fail. So the battalion of line is gone, and just the grenadier hold the bridge, and the Jaeger take this house in front of an entire brigade of French with 2 units is quite in good shape, while 2 of the column are shaken. But we'll see. French turn, draw a 4, a breakthrough could be useful. On the left they have -1, a 3 engage. They will charge only if they can win, so they do not charge, and in the center react, so they will maneuver to take the 2 battalion which are shaken out of danger, and then maneuver the other 2. So fighting with the skirmisher, this and this, into the grenadier, and they hit twice, and that's it for the fire. And now proceeding into the activation, they will activate for free, and I move it in a moment. The Leger return in line, and line push forward and take the column of attack. And now the cavalry which activate, and they try to rally, and they successfully rally. That's good for the French indeed. But this turn could be the end of the game. The Austrian cannot leave their position. They are surrounded, and they need to hold for 45 minutes at least. And with them that recover from shaken, they cannot be dislodged by just simple fire. We'll see moving into the Austrian turn. They drew the 7, so I use it on the Jaeger to shoot twice, hoping in their aim against the Dragoon. We'll see in a second. They will shoot the skirmisher to get an activation to try to rally and recover from one of their casualty. Well, we'll see. Very quick Austrian turn. They fail to hit and fail to rally. They hit once, so they again shaken the unit, but do not force any test, and that's it for the Austrian turn. Now moving into the French turn. And I played a 3 to force at least to roll to activate both the brigade. So the French drew a 5, and this is very good again for the French. Good card today. On the left, 4 engage. They will charge only if they will prefer melee over fire, but not charge if they under strength. In this case, they are not in the shape to take a charge against a building. And on the center, +1 is a 3, still a probe. So fire and maneuver, ready to take the final blow against the grenadier, the Austrian grenadier. The dragoons shoot with their carbine into the Jaeger, failing to hit. All of the French battalion shoot with their skirmisher, exhausting the grenadier and taking position for the killing blow next turn. And now beginning what could be easily the last Austrian turn. So we'll see what they drew. A 4, completely useless now, need to move and needed to take out casualty, but it's not the case, so they will try to get the line, maximize the dice, but they can, everything depends on the result of the fire of this Jaeger here. If they manage to rout with the fire the dragoon, they can take the line and try to hold, forcing the French to pass here and not expose the flank to the cavalry. We'll see if they manage to do so. Moving into the fire, the Jaeger on a 4+, they fail, they miserably fail. The Grenadier on a 5+, they succeed and put 1 casualty into the column in front of them. And then the activation on the 2+, yes, they activate, but taking the line, I'm not sure. I have to double check if they have the flank protected or if the cavalry can reach them. Back in a sec. Okay, they can move in line into this way because cavalry have not enough room between the river, the canal, and the house to charge into the flank of the line. So they will maximize their dice and hope for the best. Now moving into the French turn. French are just stubborn, so they can take out the single casualty on the column. So we see a 3, not so useful now. The left will charge into the house, and the center will engage with a +1, will engage, and now they are clearly in advantage. So they play stubborn on the column of attack, but I have to resolve the fire first. And the fire is the skirmisher fire from this one and that one, no, the complete fire, because more than 3 models can see the Austrian. So 4 dice +1, 5 dice for the French. I shoot only 4 with the Leger with no penalty, they are not exhausted. They put 1 casualty, 1 test for the Grenadier, and they failed, they run, and the game is over. There's not necessary to charge, they cannot hold the breach. So the game is over in a crushing Austrian defeat. It's an hard scenario, I know, but with some better result on the dice, probably the Austrian can hold more than what they do. Anyway, that's it. Not the best start for my Austrian, but it's the curse of the freshly painted miniatures on the table to be crushly defeated by more experience and painted veteran miniatures. That's it for the game today. It's a short one, but I'm eager to show you my new models. Thank you for watching, and see you as soon as possible. For now, bye bye.